While sewing, the profile's position on the sewing table is very important. It's the basis of perfect miters. In order to achieve this, the machine tools have to be sharp enough and well adjusted. The machines have to be correctly and adequately lubricated. Use the appropriate clamps and ensure that the supply and outlet tables do not show any chips or other contaminants. When the operations are performed in a conventional way, the various operation positions must be outlined on the profiles first. We refer to the catalogue for the exact positions. The operations are performed with the various Reynaers punching tools. The following operations must be performed for a tilt and turn window. Drainage in the lower leaf profile. The glue injection holes in all frame and leaf profiles. Opening the Euro nut channels in all leaf profiles. The recess for the handle. With a drill jig, we drill the holes for drainage in the lower outer frame. After the window's assembly, we mustn't forget to drill the decompression hole. All machine surfaces should then be deburred. All milling cuts, drill holes and punch holes must be protected with Reynaer stick. All these operations can also be performed by a CNC machine using the Reynaer Pro data. There's no need to mark off the profiles. The corner connections can be made in various ways. During this training, we use crimping. This is done as follows. The saw cuts always have to be clean and burr-free. We apply Reynaer protector to the saw cut. We move the crimp corners into the chambers. The other profiles are shifted over the corners in order to obtain a complete frame. We repeat the same operations for the leaf. The mechanical connection is made by crimping. Always use the right crimping cutters and crimping block. Make sure that the machine is adequately adjusted and that the frame is flat on the table, resulting in a perfectly level and closed miter. The support corners are now placed. Next, we apply Reynaer Seal Duo to the glue injection holes provided. This is a two-component adhesive. And finally, the frame is then completely cleaned with Reynaer finish. We repeat the same operations for the leaf. Now we will apply the gaskets. Difficulties applying the gaskets can be overcome using silicone spray. We cut the central gasket with special shears. During this training, we use prefabricated corner pieces. When we apply the gasket, we also make it about 10 mm per meter longer to compensate for any shrinkage. The cuts are glued with vulcanizing agent. Next, we apply the insulating gasket. We again use special shears to cut the gasket. The insulating gasket is also placed on the leaf. When we apply the gaskets, we make them about 10 mm per meter longer to compensate for any shrinkage. Then we glue the gaskets to the prefabricated corner pieces with vulcanizing agent. Next, we apply the acoustic gasket. The acoustic gasket is also cut with special shears. The gasket must continue in the corners. When we apply this gasket, we also make it about 10 mm per meter longer to compensate for any shrinkage. The cuts are glued with vulcanizing agent. We then apply the glazing gaskets. The glazing gasket is also cut with special shears. When we apply this gasket, we also make it about 10 millimeters per meter longer to compensate for any shrinkage. The cuts are glued with vulcanizing agent. Reynaers provides a huge range of window hardware, but we can only show one type of hardware in this instruction film. During the specialist training, we fit Sobinco hidden hardware. To fit other hardware and for other dimensions, we refer to our access catalogue. We do the following. We first place the inertia block so we can correctly position the rest of the hardware at the bottom of the leaf along the handle side. The bottom regulation rod is applied and positioned along the handle side. Then we move the shears and regulation rod in the Euro groove at the top of the sash. We secure the shears with the screw provided. Next, we place the corner transmission with the upper regulation rod along the handle side, and we secure the corner transmission. Then we position the handle and operating mechanism. We strengthen the area of the handle recess. All the hardware is easy to install. Everything simply clicks together. The embedding hinge is then fitted into the bottom corner of the frame and leaf. Now we place the inertia block and end pieces on the frame. We install the end pieces with some useful molds. The next step is to secure the leaf into the frame. The hinge section of the frame is positioned on the shears. We secure this to the frame with two screws that are best reached with an elbow. Now the hardware can be used and tested for the first time. Now we place the different glass supports. These support blocks distribute the weight of the glass along the door leaf or window frame. Proper placement is very important for the window's operation. The catalogue provides several drawings showing how each window type is placed correctly. Extra insulation is placed between the glass supports and around the outer frame. The glazing beading must be sawn to size. It's best measured after the window has been fully assembled. First, we place the bottom and upper glazing beading. The vertical glazing beading goes in between. We finish our work by placing drainage caps and drilling the decompression hole. We conclude by performing a final quality check. First, we stick the folding film to the frame. We create loops in the corners of the frame to be able to work on the corners of the building shell. We then roll the folding film on. We then fit the Reynaers Connect auxiliary profile to the frame profile. We apply the expanding tape to the outside of the window frame. We place the window in the wall opening. We then fit the anchorings. Next, we apply the elastic PUR between the building shell and the frame. We unfold the folding film and apply adhesive paste to the building shell in a zigzag or a double line. Finally, we stick the film to the building shell and roll it on well.